woman in Lorhan. This was completely unprepared. I came to ask Pawan, when are we starting? And he said, you are starting. So I don't know what to speak. But given an opportunity, we should never lose that opportunity to speak. If we can speak sense, right? So then I felt I should not speak nonsense. Then I just thought, what can I think? What can I say about women? Who has not experienced women in their life in the form of a mother, in the form of a wife, in the form of a sister, in the form of a colleague, in the form of a daughter? And I don't think life would be anyway interesting if we don't have women in our life, right? And since it's Women's Day, International Women's Day, definitely, we all would like to applaud and thank each and every woman who come in our lives and who made us what we are. Thank you. And as far as Women's Day is concerned, now there is a big history to this. This day, why is it celebrated Women's Day? I'm not going to get into that because many of them don't know it. But there is a history, I heard. But because I am born in Bharat, I am born in India, I would like to remember some women who have been an ideal and who have taught me a lot of lessons, right? I would start with my immediate mother, who gave birth to me and who has shown me what is selfless love. And especially in the last 3 years when we were going through very big reversal in our life, when my father was completely bedridden, without any expectations, she was serving him 24/7. And it was not like he was bringing her a flower or he was bringing her gifts or anything. He was not even responding for a year. But there was never a night she didn't go and see him. There was never an hour she never thought about him. She forgot him or anything. And I think that only a woman can do. I don't think a man can do. And I really, I'm grateful to that Lord, to that God who made all of us, and who has specially created this feminine, the woman, without which there is no meaning to this world. There cannot be God's love exhibited in our lives without a woman being there. I am telling this from my heart. And when I look at my wife, I don't have daughters, I always wanted one. But when I look at my wife, the way she took care of the whole family. No, I'm talking about very practically my own personal family, because that's what I remember first. And then I would want to dig back into the history of what women mean. This country has shown. I'm not giving a patriotic speech, I'm giving a worldly talk. When it comes to women, the power of women is so much that the person who could not be caught by the greatest of the warriors, the person who could not be defeated by even the greatest of the weapons, one woman holded a stick and chased him and bounded him. Do you know who that woman is? Who told them? Yes, loudly, Yashoda, isn't it?
Yashoda.
Yeah, that's the power of a woman, right? And the woman who seemed to be pressing the legs of her husband, setting an example that I like to follow my husband and assist him. One day when that woman decided, I'm not in a good mood, and she left from that place, that husband had to run and come here, sit in tapasya, and still waiting for her. And she's sitting in a different place called Kolhapur. You know that woman? Come on, loudly guys. Lakshmi Devi, right? Yeah, this is the power of women. And one woman who was insulted, who was not given the due respect that she deserves, and who was cheated in a big assembly of warriors. The best of the warriors on the whole planet were sitting on that assembly. And when she was insulted, the Supreme Lord himself had to come there and assure that woman that everybody who has been in that assembly, their wives will cry on the dead bodies. Who is that woman?
Draupadi.
Right? So that's the power of a woman. Now you might say, I'm only speaking about godly stories. No, I'm not speaking godly stories. Our women are godly. Right? Women are godly. Unfortunately, the propaganda of the West has tried to create a new identity of women which is not needed actually. Women already have an identity in our country, in our lives, right? And when I think about one woman for which God himself did the biggest war and also included all the species to support him in that war. right? Because the one woman was kidnapped. And that person who kidnapped the woman was not an ordinary person. I don't think we have seen any such person on this planet till now. Nobody can defeat him, including Indra, right? Including any Devata. And just for that one woman, that whole war was made, and even now you can see a tract of that land which was created from India to Sri Lanka in between, which was made in honor of the woman. Who is that woman?
Sita.
Sita, right? So I'm very happy to hear. You all know. One woman is known to be the most soft, most gentle. Actually, men are supposed to be very spiritual. Supposed to be. But in today's day and time, it's the other way around. But basically, they're supposed to be very spiritual. And women create the environment in which the spirituality can be practiced. If you all can read a book called Srimad Bhagavatam, there is the third canto, and there is a conversation and a life story of two great personalities, Karda Muni and Devahuti. Right? Karda Muni and Devahuti. Now, I request everybody to go ahead and read this. That shows Karda Muni is such a great yogi, such a great person, that even Brahma, the creator, the secondary creator, is completely astonished looking at his austerity, and his wife Devahuti is simply serving him. Simply serving him by giving him everything that he needs so he can do the tapasya. At the end of the tapasya, Karda Muni is so happy with his wife that he becomes her servant. That is the greatness of a woman. He openly declares that I am so amazed by the service that you have done, my dear wife. You tell me what you want. I am ready to serve you. And I am going to. And she asked for a great son. And the great son, the god himself appeared as Kapila Dev, not Kapil Dev as a bowler, but is known as Kapila Dev, and whose temple is there even right now in Ganga Sagar. If you heard that place called Ganga Sagar, where Ganga meets the ocean in south of West Bengal. Many such examples are there. The same woman who is so gentle, so caring for her family, and the same woman who is always available for everybody in every situation, no matter what happens there. But when that woman is disturbed, she also becomes a person with 8 hands. And you know who that woman is? Durga, right? She can rip the whole universe apart, right? And that is why when God himself speaks Bhagavad Gita, he tells that Maya Dhikshena Prakriti Suyate Sacharacharam Hetunalina Kamtaya Jagadvar Jagat Viparivartate. He says, my sister Durga runs this whole world. And anybody who messes with her, you can't come out of this world. You can't even think of it, right? So on this Women's Day, I personally want to remember, thank, and acknowledge the role of every single woman in my life. And I pray to Lord Krishna, I pray to my worshipful deity, Lord Krishna, that a moment in my life should not come when I disrespect a woman. Because I know that no matter how much devotion I try to do, or what kind of life I lead, if I disrespect a woman, all that is a show off. All that is of no use. And God will never be pleased when a woman is disrespected. And what does it mean to respect a woman? It means to acknowledge what she is given to us, what she is continuing to give to us, and to see every woman as a mother. Right? We have 7 mothers as per the Vedic philosophy: Gaumata, Guru Mata, Rajamata, Bhumata, and so forth. Right? But the mother who gave you birth also, you should remember. When I said International Women's Day, I would like to see that feminine, that woman in all these 7 entities. And I would never want to forget that. I request everybody here that let's remind ourselves, what women have given to us and what strength they can give to a man. Man can be a rocket to fly as high as he wants, but the fire underneath is woman. If the woman is not going to cooperate, no man can do anything in this world. Right? If you have seen, how many of you have seen the recent movie Chava? Have you seen? Please go ahead and see that. That's our history, guys. Don't see that what is it, Pushpa 2 or 3 or 7. It's not going to give you any good values out of it. See a movie that actually shows that the culture between a husband and a wife. I'm not propagating this movie, but I'm also telling there's something always to learn. There the woman is showing and telling her husband, you go and kill those fellows. I am standing here and I will make sure that whatever happens, the lineage continues. And that Aurangzeb, when he gives up, Not when he kills his son Chava, when he realizes that his wife has throned the next king already, even before he is dead, he gives up the war. That is the power of a woman. So once again, I congratulate all the women here for being what God has created you, and for the great image that you're going to give to the world with your own example. Always remember, you are great for what you are, but we also carry a responsibility of what we want to show the world as what we are. Right? We are not any cheap creation of God. We are most noble creation of God, and we are worshipable. So let's continue that image of what God has given us. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Request all women leaders to share their journey.
Yeah.
What challenges
And before
they
that,
face.
there is a nice bag, Pawan has planned for everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah,